Raider Nation, buckle up, because your beloved silver and black are making moves that will shake the entire NFL to its core. The dust is settling in Las Vegas, and what we're witnessing right now is nothing short of a complete defensive revolution mixed with offensive fireworks that could change everything for our Raiders in 2025. Picture this: a versatile defensive mastermind who can play anywhere on the field, a rising cornerback whose starting spot just became the hottest battle in training camp, and a potential blockbuster trade that could pair our superstar tight end with a $68 million elite playmaker. This isn't just another off-season story, Raider Nation. This is the kind of chess-moving, game-changing week that separates championship contenders from pretenders. Our general manager is singing praises. Our coaching staff is experimenting with lineup combinations that'll have opposing offensive coordinators losing sleep. And the trade rumors swirling around Allegiant Stadium are so explosive they could light up the Las Vegas Strip. But here's what's got everyone talking in the locker room. One defensive signing is being called a big nickel weapon, with the size and intelligence to revolutionize Pete Carroll's scheme. While a young cornerback who dominated in 2024 suddenly finds himself fighting for his starting position against two players who fit our head coach's exact physical prototype. Raider Nation, smash that like button right now if you're ready to see how these three massive developments are about to transform our championship hopes. Drop a comment telling us which move excites you most, and don't forget to subscribe, because this is just the beginning of what promises to be the most explosive season in recent Raiders history. The question that's burning through every true Raiders fan's mind right now: how will these three seismic shifts position us for a playoff run that could shock the entire AFC West? Here's the defensive mastermind everyone's talking about: Jeremy Chinn, the former Washington Commanders safety who just became John Spytek's answer to replacing Trayvon Moehrig. And holy silver and black, this signing is already paying dividends that have our GM practically glowing with excitement. Listen to this, Raider Nation. Chinn isn't just your typical safety. This man is a defensive Swiss Army knife who's logged over 1,000 snaps at safety, outside linebacker, nearly 1,000 in the slot, and even has reps at inside linebacker. When Spytek talks about having a movable chess piece, he's describing exactly the kind of versatile weapon that makes defensive coordinators like Patrick Graham absolutely salivate with possibilities. After an impressive showing at OTAs that had coaches and teammates taking notice, Spytek couldn't contain his enthusiasm when describing what Chinn brings to our defense. He's like a big nickel, our GM declared. And those words should send chills down every AFC West quarterback's spine. The ability to use his size on the edge, his blitzing skills, and his coverage capabilities in the deep secondary means opposing offenses are about to face matchup nightmares they've never seen before. What's got Raider Nation buzzing isn't just Chinn's versatility, it's the intelligence and instincts that come with his amazing skill set for a man of his size. When you combine that football IQ with Pete Carroll's defensive philosophy, you're looking at a player who could single-handedly transform how we attack offensive schemes across the league. The beauty of this signing? While analysts keep saying the Raiders need more help in the secondary, Spytek's confidence in Chinn suggests our front office sees something special brewing in this defensive unit. With the flexibility to experiment and the freedom to deploy Chinn in multiple positions, we're not just filling a hole, we're creating a defensive weapon that could be the key to unlocking our championship potential. But wait, Raider Nation, because this defensive revolution is just getting started, and the battle brewing in our cornerback room is about to get intense. The plot thickens dramatically in our secondary, Raider Nation, because while Jeremy Chinn is revolutionizing our safety position, a fierce cornerback battle is brewing that could completely reshape our starting defense. Jacorian Bennett, the young cornerback who absolutely dominated in 2024 with a transformation from rookie struggles to shutdown coverage, suddenly finds his starting spot in serious jeopardy. Here's what's got everyone talking. Bennett followed up a disastrous rookie season by completely flipping the script in 2024, dropping his completion rate allowed from a painful 68.4% to an elite 52.3%, while slashing the passer rating against him from 102.5 to a lockdown 67.7. Those aren't just improvement numbers, Raider Nation. Those are shutdown corner statistics that had us all believing Bennett was our cornerstone for years to come. But here's where this story takes a dramatic turn. The Maryland product missed the final 7 games with a shoulder injury, and as he works his way back, he's been relegated to second-team defense at OTAs. While everyone initially thought this was just injury-related precaution, insider reports are revealing a much more complex situation that could change everything. The harsh reality? Darian Porter and free agent signing Eric Stokes have been getting first-team reps, and both possess exactly what Pete Carroll looks for in his defensive backs. That tall, lengthy build that fits his defensive philosophy perfectly. Porter stands at a lanky 6'3", while Stokes measures between 6'1" and 6'2", compared to Bennett's 5'10" frame that might not match Carroll's ideal prototype. This isn't just about injury recovery anymore, Raider Nation. This is about a legitimate competition where Bennett, despite his career year, is going to have to really ball out and separate himself to earn a starting spot. The irony is devastating. A player who proved himself as a shutdown corner in 2024 now faces the possibility of losing his job because he doesn't fit the physical mold of what our new coaching staff prefers. With our slot corner situation also shaky, featuring Darnay Holmes as the current starter, our entire secondary is in flux at the worst possible time. The question burning through Raiders headquarters: will Bennett overcome these obstacles, or should we trade him now while his value is at its peak? But hold on to your helmets, Raider Nation, because the most explosive story is still coming, and it involves a potential trade that could pair Brock Bowers with a $68 million superstar. Raider Nation, prepare for the most electrifying trade possibility that could catapult our offense into the stratosphere. While our defense undergoes its revolution, our offensive weapons room could be about to explode with the addition of a disgruntled superstar who would form the most dynamic trio in the NFL, alongside Jacoby Myers and our phenomenal tight end, Brock Bowers. Enter Terry McLaurin, the $68 million Washington Commanders wide receiver whose frustration with stalled contract negotiations has opened the door for what could be the trade of the decade. This 2-time Pro Bowl superstar, fresh off one of the best years of his career, has made it crystal clear to Washington that he's fed up with the lack of progress on a long-term deal. And Raider Nation, we are perfectly positioned to be his landing spot. Picture this offensive explosion. McLaurin's elite route running and deep ball ability paired with Bowers' matchup nightmare presence in the middle of the field, while Myers provides the reliable possession receiving that opens up everything else. Geno Smith would go from managing a decent passing attack to commanding one of the most dynamic offensive units in the entire NFL. The Ohio State product represents exactly what we've been missing: a true WR1 who can stretch the field, win contested catches, and create the kind of explosive plays that turn good teams into championship contenders. With Jack Beck and Donnie Thornton Jr. providing depth, and McLaurin serving as the alpha receiver, our offensive coordinator would have weapons that could attack every level of the defense. Here's the beautiful part, Raider Nation. We have both the draft capital and the salary cap space to not only acquire McLaurin, but sign him to the lucrative extension he deserves. While Washington likely won't entertain any trade talks without a day 1 pick included, paying that price for a bona fide number 1 receiver would be absolutely worth it for a team ready to make a legitimate playoff push. The chemistry between McLaurin and Bowers alone would be worth the price of admission, creating mismatches that would have defensive coordinators pulling their hair out trying to game plan against us. Raider Nation, if you're as fired up as we are about these 3 massive developments, smash that like button. Tell us in the comments which move has you most excited. And subscribe, because this is the kind of championship building activity that separates the great organizations from the mediocre ones. From Jeremy Chinn's defensive versatility revolutionizing our secondary, to Jacorian Bennett's battle for his starting spot, to the explosive possibility of adding Terry McLaurin to our offensive arsenal. These aren't just roster moves, they're statement pieces that announce to the entire NFL that the Las Vegas Raiders are ready to compete at the highest level. The burning question every member of Raider Nation needs to answer: are you ready to witness the silver and black rise from a 4-13 rebuilding year to legitimate playoff contenders in one explosive offseason? Just win, baby.